At the end of your Minecraft journey, once you defeated the dragon and all is done, there's a poem that plays as the music fades, and the universe said, "I love you." It makes you wonder, why does a game about building blocks tell you this? And why does it make me think of love? I wanted to ask you something. Have you ever been in love before? Hello! It is nice to meet you. My name is Oscarcantbuild, and today we are back on Project Nodinium, building and doing some landscaping to the outside of my base here. You know, it just feels a little bit too empty, and I've been putting off fixing the terrain out here, so I think that's what we're going to be doing. But today we have quite a bit to talk about, because this video is a lot different than anything I've ever made before or done before. I've sat here for a few months and I've written about someone I love very dearly, to talk about the experience of having and losing love. Although don't worry, we will still be building today! Yay! You might be asking, Oscar, what is a safe person? Well, you know, someone like me who has like major ADHD and a little bit of autism, it is really hard for me to keep friendships and relationships and find people that really connect with me. So when you find that one person you really connect with, who you can truly be yourself with, that is what to me is called a safe person. I've only met maybe 2 people in my life who have really felt like home to me. One being my main friend in life, Jace, and one being a girl I met back in September 2024. It was on some stupid Roblox game out of all places, back when me and my friends used to do like voice chat trolling. And I remember being out of some like toxic situationship or something with this girl from Texas, and it was like, that's when she came along. You know, 2 souls don't find each other by accident. And I know there's a saying, people come into your life at a specific time, and I think she was meant to save me from like the evil situationship or something. I don't know. Quickly, she became my safe person. We shared the same humor, the same interests, and we had this really stupid dynamic where we could never be serious with one another. I learned everything about her. You know, she was the girl who liked sunflowers. She had a thing for salmon burgers, and you know, salmon in general, that was her favorite food. She loves chili nuts. I don't know why she loves chili nuts. And back then, when we talked, she loved the Beatles. She was such a Beatles nerd. She loved the Beatles with all her heart. She's not a big Beatles person anymore, but she used to just non-stop, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo, blah, 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 all day, every day. She lives in Stockholm, Sweden, which was, you know, a place I've really dreamed of for a long time. And I think we dated maybe a little too fast. I've dated before, and it really was nothing like I've ever felt. I felt so comfortable and so at home with someone I've never even met in person. And you know, to this day, she really is the only person I've ever felt this with. When you find your safe person, you feel comfortable and at home with them. And, you know, when someone's for you, you really just know. And, you know, for me, she is the person for me. And I know that now, and I knew that then.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
She introduced me to the Beatles, of course, like I said. And, you know, I know all of their albums and I know all their lyrics, and it pisses me off because, you know, I know every album. Abbey Road, Let It Be, Hard Day's Night, Rubber Soul. Their music, lyric wise is just insane, and it's like I can't even listen to them anymore because my mind always wanders to her. And you know, there was though one song that she introduced me to called Something. It takes me back to the time we played, you know, sometime in December. It was one of the best times of my life, and I've never been so happy loving someone.
Somewhere in a smile, she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
Well, you know, nothing good really lasts forever. We only dated for about 9 months. I was planning to visit her in Sweden, but, you know, in July, without really much of a warning, no real signs, she just woke up one day and she told me she didn't love me anymore. To have such a happy and beautiful time of my life and beautiful person just ripped out of my life one day for no reason, it made me question why. And to have it all go away so fast, it drove me into a deep depression. But I really want to do like a rocky mountain with pine trees and like a waterfall. That's something I've always wanted to do. I've done terrain like it before, but it never really, you know, worked out for me. You know, maybe even a tree on fire, something like that would be cool. As a nice little centerpiece to finish the outside of my base. I know one of my fellow Nodinium members, Zay, who never really plays on the server, by the way, was doing something similar for his video, which has really inspired me today. So I've been, you know, spending all this time gathering materials. It's gonna take a while, but with time to gather them. But I've thought about something a lot lately. Is it worse to grieve someone who's passed away or still living? I've gone through, you know, loved ones passing away, friends and family, but it's never the same as knowing someone's still living their life without you. And having to grieve that is a worse kind of pain for me. You can't control when you pass away, but you can choose to leave someone. And knowing someone can make that choice, it breaks my heart. I know. Okay. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to be serious, but I saw this quote a while ago that the kindest way to lose someone is through death. And I find that quote more truthful every day. Something I've noticed recently is how I'm very much still in love with her. You know, someone who is no longer here. She stayed in the relationship. It would have continued, and I look at my life without her. I see how much time I've wasted not being with her. But when you grieve someone still alive, it really isn't your choice to, you know, bring them back. It's up to them. You know, the only thing you can do is really let them go, forgive them, and grieve the person they were. You know, to love someone is to attend 1,000 funerals of who they were.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
You also grieve the life you never got to live. I don't know if I'll ever get to visit Stockholm or see her cat, meet her mom, or look at museums with her. Eventually, you know, I would love to live my life there. You grieve a future that could have been, but isn't. But just because I want that future doesn't mean she does. And well, she used to, but you know, people change, and that's something that I have to accept because she wants a future without me, and I still believe my future is her. There's a song I like to listen to because I'm the biggest Beach Boys nerd ever. I switched to the Beach Boys because they're like the Beatles but American. The reason I switched them is out of spite, actually. It's so funny. It's so I'm sorry. But the song God Only Knows, the first time I heard it, my mind went to her. Okay, wait. How do you sing? Okay. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. Is that good? You know, even though she's left, life goes on still. You know, I'm able to live my life and, you know, do things, but now that you're gone, it feels like the world is showing nothing to me. So what good does living do me? When we dated, it felt like as if she'd never leave, and she was that one person who would always stay. And you would think, God only knows what I'd be without you. But here I am, without you, yeah. And I'm not the only one knowing now. I've never really resonated more with the song until I heard God Only Knows.
God only knows what I'd be without.
God only knows what I'd be without.
God only knows what I'd be without.
God only knows what I'd
God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without.
But when a relationship ends, you see who the bigger person is. While one person grieves and spends their time healing, some people try to find distractions in other people or date around. And the point of grieving is to heal. It's supposed to change you and to make you a better person.
Though it hurts to go away, it's impossible to stay. But there's one thing I must say before I go. I love you.
I love you.
You know, I'll be thinking of you in most everything I do. Now the time is moving on, and I really should be gone, but you keep me hanging on for one more smile. I love you.
I love you.
All the while, with your cute little wave, will you promise that you'll say your...
Now that the floor is done for this area, we should really get started on working out the mountain here to get this build really going, because you know I'm gonna procrastinate it and play Deadlock, yay! But it's gonna take me forever. I've inspired this mountain off the picture here. Nature was a big theme for me for this video because I have a big love for nature, even if I hate going outside. Because I hate bees. I hate the summer, The reason why I decided to do a mountain for today's video is to express two things. Well, because obviously there's a huge empty gap out here. And because, you know, just like love, a mountain is big and strong and doesn't really usually, you know, you can't destroy, I mean, you could destroy a mountain, but you can't, I don't know if that's a good metaphor or something for love, but in February of this year, I got an email from, you guessed it, she told me all sort of things, how she's been, why she hasn't talked to me, how she's been watching all of my Minecraft videos, and it was both, you know, heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. She had just got a relationship with some other guy she met, so that hurt me a lot, but it led to us being able to talk again after that, and we talked and we talked and we talked for hours and hours and hours. And it turned to more talking, and it turned to calling every day, and it turned to sleeping on call again somehow. I don't even know. It didn't feel real. But there was this overwhelming thought that she would leave me again. And all of this is too good to be true. And I told her, we're in the honeymoon phase of talking again, and this isn't gonna last, and blah, 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 blah. You have to promise me to stay this time. And she told me she would. And when we talked again, she started to call me. I would sit there and I'd, have my phone up in my hand and I'd watch it ring to take in the fact that she was calling me. Because, I don't know, it was something I'd never felt before. I had her back in my life. I had her ringtone set to Blackbird by the Beatles because I remember she used to play that a lot for me. I would just take it in because I don't know the last time I would hear her calling me again would be. And the thing is, I've spent these past months growing and understanding attachment styles. I've noticed I'm a very anxious attached person and she is the avoidant. An avoidant person can love you with all of their heart and leave over and over and over again. And I knew this, and she finds comfort in distance or leaving. And for me, I tend to find comfort on being a little too dependent on people and talking with them and staying constantly. I remember she told me, Oscar, come visit me, come to Stockholm. This time it'll be for real and I'll show you around. And she's like, Oscar, come in March. We just started talking, come already. And I said, May, okay, I'll come in May. I'll come for my birthday, May the 13th, because I have no money. I have no job. I need money. I need to save money. I need a good job. Blah, 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 because I really thought that this time I actually had the chance to go to Sweden. I want to go. But I don't want to go to Sweden just to see Sweden, She probably doesn't realize it, but I want to come because I want to see her.
Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more. Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long. Hang on, baby, hang on. Don't you dare me to stay, 'cause I'll have to say that I've got to work each day, and that's why I go away. But I count the seconds till I'm home with you. I love you, it's true. You're so cute, honey G. Won't you save them up for me? Your kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more. Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long. Hang on, baby, hang on.
Looking back, I was a little too hopeful. I was a little overwhelmed now that she was here in my life. I spent so much time waiting. Oh my God, I felt like I had to make a move way too fast. And because I wasn't, I don't know, I asked her to get back together way too soon, and that we needed, of course, to give it time, and, I'm not ready yet, but you're not ready yet, and you just got out of a relationship, and blah, 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 blah. I remember so vividly the first words out of her mouth were, no. And that she looked back at the relationship that we had, and she said she felt disgusted. And she's like, no, that's not what I meant to say, but deep down, I knew it was true. I told her to give it time and to really think that through and don't rush through it now, because we still need to talk about so much. And that's when I lost her again. She pulled away more, and after 2 weeks, she told me no again. She didn't see us getting back together. She didn't feel the same way I did, and the same kind of phrasing that she did in July. Then again, slowly added on everything, and blocks everywhere again. It was like a repeat of what happened to me in July. But the thing about avoidant attachment is when someone truly loves you, they will come and go. They become overwhelmed by the closeness and the seriousness. Does she really not love me, or is she too afraid to commit to me? I feel like avoidants use every way to just push you out of their life so they can leave. And it's not that I did anything wrong. It's not that she really did anything wrong. Our relationship never really had much of any problems. It was just the fact that, this time around, I came too close again and I wanted to be with her. And then she left. And I see that now. All I wanted was you to stay, and you left me again. And even if I understand why, it doesn't hurt any less. I never saw her as someone who'd leave, and now all I see her is the girl who leaves. The very last thing she told me in March was, Oscar, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, and I need the cycle that we have to end. The cycle of her leaving and me asking her to stay. But the cycle didn't have to repeat if I didn't ask her so suddenly to get back together. And maybe if she would have just stayed and worked through it with me. But you know what? The thing is, you can leave all you want, and I will keep staying. For someone who leaves, they need someone who will keep staying. I've met many people in my life who have come and gone, and the fact that I'm always there when they return, they know I genuinely care for them, and I genuinely love and care for her. I know it hurts to see her go, but it hurts more knowing she doesn't mean to leave. Living to avoid someone is the same as living for them. But of course, someone leaving is gonna make me sad and angry and disappointed. I'm not like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, goodbye, blah, blah, blah. When you truly love someone, you really, no matter what they do to you, you can never really hate them. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, it is honestly impossible for me to hate someone I love. If you truly love someone, no matter how hard it is, no matter how hopeless it feels, do not give up on them. You never give up on someone you love. Giving someone space or letting them live their life the way that they want is never the same as giving up. Obviously, if someone is cheating or being abusive, that's different, but if she were to ever come back to me one day, I will stay. If she ever feels the need to come and go, I will stay. Regardless, I won't give up on someone I think about every single day, because I want her to do what makes her happy. And if it means I'm not in that happy version of her life, then that's okay. But if, for some way, for some reason, there is a version of her that sees herself being with me again, then I will stay, and I will do what makes her happy. There's a song that was added to a playlist that we shared back in 2025. The very last song she ever added to our playlist called Save Your Kisses for Me, which I really think is a perfect explanation of what it means for a avoidant person who is in love with you to how they feel. And it kind of explains the dynamic of coming and going.
Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. Bye bye, baby, bye bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more Don't you dare me to stay, 'cause you know you've got to save your kisses for me. Save all your kisses for me. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. Won't you save them for me, even though you're only 3?
Distant lover, lover.
There's a post on TikTok I saw where it's like, when my girlfriend does the leave test, but I low-key fail, so our 9-month relationship fails, but it's okay, because she has limerence and avoidant labubu attachment style, and I'm also gay. Stupid, it's stupid, it's stupid, what does it mean? It's making fun of, like, the TikTokification of relationships, and the fact that, like, social media is all about, like, this person has attachment style, this person has limerence, and blah, 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 blah. I remember back when me and her dated, I always used to, you know, go on social media and look at like those stupid goth posts, you know, and it was a way of social media kind of telling me that the person you're with is not enough. And I remember being immature in that way, where it was like, oh, why isn't my partner like this? And you compare your life to other people and you compare your partner to other people, and that is the most immature thing you can ever do. And something that I only did because I was immature and stupid, and I know that. And I really wish I didn't do that. So many people think now just leave the relationship because the grass is greener on the other side, and there are thousands and thousands of other partners, billions of people in the world. So what's the point of staying? I'll find someone better. And that's another stupid mentality that a lot of social media really wants you to kind of, you know, believe. You know, when your mom says, it's that damn phone, it's that damn phone, it's that damn phone. I think most people find it easier to leave than stay and like fix things, and that there's an infinite amount of options, but there really isn't. The person you date, the person you love, and the person that you are with, there is only one person out of a billion people like that one person. There is only one me, and there is only one them. There is only one her. Sure, eventually you might find some new love, but being honest, you won't find someone in another person. And sometimes you won't even find that person in the same person.
Distant lover, lover. Ooh, so many miles away. Ooh, heaven knows that I long for you. Every night, and sometimes I yearn through the day. Distant lover, ooh, lover, you should think about me. Say a prayer for me. Please, baby, think about me sometime. Think about me, yeah. Yeah, misery. As I reminisce, oh baby, through our joyful summer together, the promises we made of a daily letter.
I feel like hookup culture is so normalized now. It's hard to find a good and loving person that really just wants something that isn't sex. or a temporary situationship or something like that. But like, what is the point of dating if it's not for life? In a world full of hookups, all I really wanted was a genuine connection. And a lot of people my age want to just go off and, fool around, and I don't want that. Social media normalizes this, and people just want some temporary bullshit in the moment. They got some bullshit machine just running in their head every day. I don't know why. But backtracking to her, there's a term that I do like on social media that is called limerence. It's a form of love that is more kind of one-sided, more kind of stuck on the version of someone or the person that they used to be. It's a term I see a lot, and I know, stupid, blah, 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 but it's the best way to describe how I feel. When I look at it, even to this day, I sit here all the time and I miss her, I think of her, I worry about her, and I miss the version of her that she used to be. But being stuck on this lingering love really isn't healthy, especially if me and her were to date again, would I only see her as the past version of herself and not the person that she is now. That's simply unhealthy. The thing is, people constantly change every day. I mean, I'm a different person now than I was a month ago, 2 months ago when we were talking. When someone stays the exact same for months or years on end, that's the real problem. The fact that she was so different when she came back, and the love that I had still stayed, even though she kind of didn't really feel it this time, shows kind of growth on my end, that even though I do have a little bit of limerence, I still want to love the person that she is now and the person that keeps changing. The past is very beautiful to look back on because it makes you who you are, but to stay stuck in it is what drives you down.
If every word I said could make you laugh, I'd talk forever. I asked the sky just what we had. It shone forever.
Before I joined Project Nodinium, I was in an SMP called Turnabout. Something about Turnabout SMP really spoke to me, that they had such a good community focus that the people in Nodinium don't really have as much as I really wanted to. But I joined, and I remember begging her to submit an application. I said, please, please, so we could play Minecraft together. And looking back, I made so many beautiful memories playing on this world with her. Being back here reminds me of all the good love can bring about loving someone. I remember things being so sweet and soft back then. And although, look at the builds that are here. They're so bad. They're so bad. But the one thing is, back then I was so happy. And I'm in Project Nodinium. I can build better. My things are better. They're so good, but it's not the same happiness that you feel when you're building something crappy with someone you love.
I've been so happy loving together, my love. Let the love I have for you live in your heart and be forever.
You know, it definitely hurts to come here sometimes. I was given the world download a while ago, and I showed her around the last time we talked to reminisce, reminisce. Sometimes it's good to look back on the past as a reminder of how far you've come, and to use it to define who you are. But sometimes it can be harmful, because if when you look back and see things used to be so perfect and good, and now look at my life, it's so bad. There is no use in living in the past. And I remember in May of last year around this time, I printed out a picture of us together here in this world. I originally wanted to give that to her as a present, but I know that the picture somewhere sits in my drawer as a faint memory of what used to be. But I can't stay here forever. I have to get back to Nodinium, and it was nice to look back and know there are traces of our love still out there in the world. But in the end, when I look around, the love we had, the love that she used to have for me, it still lives here in this world. Through every written book and every chest that she sorted for me and every build we did together, our love is here forever.
So I'm going away, but not forever. I'm gonna love you in your way forever.
I don't wanna talk about things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more race to play. The winner takes it all, the loser is standing small beside the victory. That's her destiny. I was in your arms, thinking I belonged there. I figured it made sense.
I saw a quote recently that said, "The one who's in love always wins." If you get your heart broken or the other person doesn't feel the same, the fact that you're sitting here loving somebody means you're the winner. Just to feel such love for someone in this way shows how amazing it is to be alive. The fact that I sit here and I wait and I miss her and I yearn for her, the very fact that I love people so deeply, that's the very fact that I know that I'm alive. And it's a beautiful thing to feel love. And I know that some people think that love is some feeling, but to me, love is really just a choice to keep staying. And if you love someone, you need to go tell them that you love them. Speak up before it's too late, because life is short. If you are in love, let them know that they are loved. Even if they don't feel the same way, what a feeling it is to just love. And I will say it loud and proud, I love you. And I am not ashamed of my love. And I don't care if you love a guy, a girl, or someone you've been talking to for months or years, or even if you're too afraid to let them know, even if you feel like your parents not be okay with you loving another man as a guy, even if you feel like the whole world is against you, tell them you love them. Because in the end, love always wins. And the one who's in love is the winner. It is such a gift to be able to feel such beauty, and it is such a shame to not reciprocate that. But I do understand that that's just life sometimes, and you can't force love. But you can damn well show them that you mean it. And you can go in loving with all of your heart and good intention, and at least you go out of the relationship knowing that it is their loss to lose someone who loved them. You know, I was her first love, and I think I was there to teach her that love does exist. And there are people out there in the world who will love you no matter what. And she was there to teach me that no matter how much you love someone, not everyone is meant to stay. You know, when I think of this quote, the one who's in love always wins, I think of the song by ABBA. ABBA's a Swedish band, so, you know, I don't want to listen to them. I don't like listening to them. There's a song called The Winner Takes It All. It speaks to me because, you know, I feel like the one who's in love is the one who is winning, and the one who doesn't love is the loser. And although in my case it does feel like I'm the one who's lost to the winner, being the one who's in love is the one who always wins.
The winner takes it all. The loser has to fall. It's simple and it's plain. Why should I complain? But tell me, does she kiss like I used to kiss you? Does it feel the same when she calls your name? Somewhere deep inside, you must know I miss you. But what can I say? Rules must be obeyed. The judges will decide. The likes of me are mine. Spectators of the show always stay in love. The game is on again. A lover or a friend, a big thing or a small, the winner takes it all. I don't wanna talk if it makes you feel sad, and I understand. You've come to shake my hand. I apologize if it makes you feel bad, seeing me so tense, no self-confidence. But you see, the winner takes it all. The winner takes it all.
Now that we are done with the main side of the mountain, I'd really like to do the other side so that the terrain matches up. Yeah. Because I know another member on the server, Rats. He has this really cool looking diorite and like moss square looking terrain, and I really wanted to kind of match up my terrain and his terrain together, if that makes sense. But you know, there is something that a lot of people have really asked me about and talked to me about, is that someone who left you, walked out of your life, and simply because you asked them to be with them, is that someone who is meant for you? You would think someone who is meant for you would sit there, look through the problems, and fix everything about themselves in order to make sure your needs are met. But I think it's not really easy to find those type of people, and it's definitely not easy to change your ways. If me and her were really meant to be, why would she not choose me? But do you think that maybe the person meant for you is not choosing you right now, but eventually she will? You know, people change, yes, but if it's meant to be, it'll be. You know, I think it's not always the fact that people meant for each other magically are perfect. They don't date for 67 years and then it's happily ever after, yay! I think people who are meant to be, even if they're not together, they find each other in small ways, through music, through movies, through art, and through other people. And if me and her were meant to be, we would still feel connected in those ways.
You can stay with me, baby. You can stay with me and nobody would care. You can stay with me, you can stay with me and just pretend I'm not there. Like a sailor in a big green boat, like a sailor in a big green coat. You can be free, you can be free and still come home. It's alright, I'm alright.
In another way of looking at it, someone who is meant for you would change for you. Like I said, it's not easy to change after being stuck in the same cycles, but it is possible. I saw exactly what went wrong when we broke up, and I've tried my very best to sit there and look at all of the things I did wrong and change each and every one of those things so I could be better for both myself and for her. But the thing is, you can change every part of yourself and do all the right things, but to the wrong person, none of those things can matter. You could be perfect in every way possible, in exactly the person's type, and exactly what the person needs, but you cannot be who they want. But I know the problem with this is that some people rather stay in their ways forever rather than realizing that they're doing something wrong. Another problem is, no matter how much you change, some people will only see you as the person you were, no matter how much better you get, and it will never be enough. If it's really meant to be with me and her, then I know it'll be. But if it doesn't work out, then it just wasn't meant to be. The only way for us to truly be with one another is for us to sit down and change all our ways and be better for one another. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. There's no such thing as a flawless, beautiful, perfect, blah, blah relationship. There will always be problems no matter what relationship you're in. And you have to be willing to stay and fix and go through those minuscule problems in order to stay with one another. Both of us really need to work on our push and pull cycles and avoiding an anxious attachment cycle that we have, where one is always leaving and the other one is always begging them to stay. The only way to break this cycle is for the person who's leaving to just stay, or for the person who's always staying to leave. And you know, I know that doesn't really make sense, but that really is the truly only way for us to break that cycle. But for you and someone to be meant to be, you need to choose each other and you need to change for each other. And I guarantee you, the right person will always change for you.
Say making it work is its own form of art, the creation of something alive. The love between two is a flame all its own that you shelter from the winds of your life. You form it and feed it and do what is needed to make sure it's warm to the touch. But tend to it right and it burns through the night. When there's nothing, it will be enough. 'Cause there's a lot of pain in life. If you wanna feel the light, you'll dig through the thorns and the weeds till the heart grows a new pair of wings.
There's a beauty and some sort of peace I find in terraining in Minecraft. I really love what Mojang really can't ever do and build out these beautiful looking terrains and, landscapes. And even though it doesn't have much of a purpose for my base, it does give me some sort of zen walking around. And losing someone you love is never easy. No matter who they are and what might have gone down between you two, the thing is, love is something you can always look back on and move forward with. I meant every ounce of love I have ever given to her. Every word, every moment, every hour we spent together. Every ounce of love I had then, and every ounce of love I have now. I promise you that no love you give is ever wasted, and any love I've given you is yours to keep. When you truly love someone, you should not expect anything in return other than the fact that you love them. And I don't expect anything in return from her, but it would have been nice if she stayed.
If life is a gamble and love is the answer, then everything comes with a risk. You open your heart and you put down your shield, hold your breath, you just let someone in. They see who you are, might kiss you on your scars as they sift through the good and the bad. Your hearts intertwine, it starts changing your life. Something stops before something begins. Blind to what the future holds, I would like to hold you now. I'm old enough to see there's a lot of pain in life. If you wanna feel the light, you'll dig through the thorns and the weeds till the heart grows a new pair of wings.
Whenever you feel as if you're not loved, you feel alone and you think your love isn't enough, your love is always enough for the right person. The universe knows you love deeply. The universe says you are not alone. The Minecraft End poem speaks to tell you that not only does the universe love you, but you yourself are love. Every experience, every person you've loved, every ounce of effort you put in would not have happened if it were not for you yourself. You are the reason the love existed in the first place, because if there were no you, there would be no love. The universe says I love you because you are love.
You are the first thing that I wanna see when I wake up. Then in the evening, I'll hold your hand as I drift off. And in the meantime, I hope that you'll visit me in dreams. Then in the daytime, let's get together and do nothing at
She told me she watches my videos, every single one of them. And I don't know if that's the case anymore because of how things went down the last time we talked, but if you are watching this somehow and you know this video is about you. You know that. But I think about you every day, and just know you were everything I ever wanted in a person, and you were everything I ever looked for. I wanted to spend my every day with you and play games with you and just be stupid with you. But you don't love me like I love you. And I cannot force you. I cannot beg you, and I cannot be the one you want. But I can tell you one thing. I love you just like the universe has told you. And you are loved out there in the world, and that love isn't going anywhere. I hope you live your life happy to pursue art like you've always wanted. I have always dreamed of being a film director, and it wasn't until I met you that I knew my dream changed to be with you.
You are the first thing that I want to see when I wake up and in the evening. I'll hold your hand as I drift off, and in the meantime, I hope that you'll visit me in dreams, then in the daytime, let's get together and do nothing at all.
Wherever you are in the world, I'm sending you my love. I loved you then, I love you now, and I will love you later. But after all of this, what I've come to learn here is, you had to leave because you're you. And the reason I like you is because you're you. And who you are is someone who leaves. In another life, I would have really liked just playing Minecraft and building with you. Thank you for everything you've done. It was nice to have you around.